May we have India's national anthem next, please?
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Major General DHRUV KATOCH, Director India Foundation, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Namaskar. Shri G. KISHAN Reddy ji, Honorable Union Minister of Tourism and Culture and Union Minister, Development of Northeast Region. Shri Ramchandra Rao, Senior Advocate and former MLC. Your Excellencies, the ambassadors who have come here, the officials from the Ministry of External Affairs and from ASEAN, distinguished speakers, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this, the 4th edition of the ASEAN-India Youth Summit. We are deeply honored that Shri G. KISHAN Reddy, the Honorable Union Minister for Tourism and Culture, and also Minister for the Development of the Northeast Region, is here with us today and will shortly be addressing this August gathering. We extend to you, Minister, a very warm welcome. From the state of Telangana, we have with us on the dais Shri Ramchandra Rao. He has spoken early on the day to you, and we extend to you also, sir, a very warm welcome. I extend to the delegates who have come from the 10 ASEAN countries, as also to our Indian delegates, a very warm welcome to the summit, which is themed on strengthening ASEAN-India partnership in the Indo-Pacific. I do hope each one of you has an enjoyable stay, but more importantly, through your interactions with each other, you will forge bonds of friendship that are indeed unbreakable. I also take this opportunity to welcome the ambassadors who have made it convenient to attend, as also to all our speakers and mentors. Your interactions with the delegates are keenly looked forward to and will form an important part of the learning process. As all of you are aware, the first edition of the ASEAN-India Youth Summit was held in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh in August 2017. This was timed to commemorate 25 years of ASEAN-India partnership and was aimed at building goodwill at the youth level. Accordingly, 100 young delegates, 10 each from each of the ASEAN countries, who were young leaders in fields as diverse as journalism, law, politics, entrepreneurship, and science, along with delegates from India, got an opportunity to interact with each other. I'm happy to state that the bonds which were formed at that time are still growing. This indeed is heartwarming and speaks of the success of the initiative. The second ASEAN-India Youth Summit was held in GOVT in Assam in February 2019. This was themed on progress and prosperity, and like the first summit, was very well received. The third summit came at the time of the pandemic, which forced us to conduct it in June 2020 in the virtual domain. Despite the constraints, this too was very well received and was a totally different experience altogether. Now, with the pandemic behind us, we are delighted to host the fourth ASEAN-India Youth Summit in Hyderabad, themed on strengthening ASEAN-India partnership in the Indo-Pacific. I do hope each one of you has an enjoyable stay, but more importantly, through your interactions with each other, you will forge bonds of friendship that are indeed unbreakable. Once again, I extend to you, Honorable Minister, a very warm welcome. To the delegates, I am sanguine that you will find the coming few days in the beautiful city of Hyderabad most enjoyable. May you all make new friends and make that friendship last a lifetime. Before I close, I have to say something off the script, and that is after seeing Deepa Malik. Something absolutely outstanding, and thank you, ma'am. You have inspired me to look for new fields. Thank you so much. With that, I close. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you, General KATOCH, for the very warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us Sri Kao Kim Horn, Secretary General ASEAN, joining us virtually. I request Sri Kao Kim Horn to kindly deliver his special address.
It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be given this opportunity to share my thoughts with you on strengthening the ASEAN-India partnership in the Indo-Pacific at this inaugural session of the 4th ASEAN-India Youth Summit. Events such as this are crucial to providing our youth with a platform to exchange their ideas and perspectives on the pertinent issues facing our world today. I believe that the regular participation of youth in global and regional fora will bring tangible results in cultivating good knowledge, values, and fostering a spirit among our young people. On that note, allow me to congratulate the 150 youth delegates from ASEAN and India for your participation in this youth summit at Hyderabad. You are in a unique position to harness and be inspired by the creativity and innovation of the city and furthering your efforts to strengthen ASEAN-India relations. Excellencies and distinguished participants, the ASEAN-India relationship has expanded rapidly these past few decades, where it was established as a sectoral dialogue partnership in 1992 to a full dialogue partnership in December 1995. The Joint Declaration on ASEAN-India Partnership for Peace, Progress and Shared Prosperity, a landmark guiding document signed in 2004, sets out the roadmap for a long-term ASEAN-India engagement. 7 years later, in 2015, the ASEAN leaders welcomed India's Act East policy, noting that it could complement the ASEAN community building efforts. On the economic front, the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement signed in 2009, paved the way for the creation of one of the world's largest free trade areas in the world, with more than 2 billion people and a combined GDP of $5.51 trillion US. Building upon these achievements, ASEAN and India have been taking joint actions across various areas of cooperation under political and security, economic and social cultural spheres. At the 19th ASEAN-India Summit held last year in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, in commemoration of the 30th anniversary of ASEAN-India dialogue relations, the leaders of ASEAN and India agreed to establish a comprehensive strategic partnership, or CSP. They also welcome opportunities to promote practical cooperation in key priority areas as identified in the ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific, namely maritime cooperation, connectivity, the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as economic cooperation. The substantial progress clearly signifies a long-term commitment between ASEAN and India to work together more closely towards a deeper and more meaningful partnership for the benefits of our countries and our peoples. Under Indonesia's ASEAN chairmanship this year, our region will focus on a number of priority areas, including food security, energy security, global health architecture, financial stability, and mainstreaming of the ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific. This broad set of priorities are central to furthering ASEAN's resilience and contribution to peace, stability, security, and prosperity in the region and the world at large. It is also very much in line with ASEAN and India's vision to strengthening cooperation and partnership. Excellencies and distinguished participants, in realizing the shared goals of ASEAN and India, it is crucial that the youth, as our current and future leaders, are equipped with needed skills, capabilities, and values that will further contribute to the advancement of peace and prosperity in the region and beyond. To realize this, we need synergy, coherence, and continuous collaboration. Therefore, I applaud India for its long-standing commitment and leading the regular convening of ASEAN-India Youth Summit, which has been part of our joint efforts to sustain socio-economic ties as well as to enhance connectivity and people-to-people exchanges. I would also encourage our young people to be given more opportunities to engage high-level policy makers in deliberating over dynamic and innovative solutions to contemporary challenges. Another important part of our youth development policies is in increasing investment in youth programs relating to education and skills as well as employment and opportunities. In light of the impact that COVID-19 has had on education systems, such as school closures and the use of digital technology in education, we need to ensure that young people in our region are not left behind. I am pleased that ASEAN is taking further steps in upskilling and reskilling its human resources through collaboration with its dialogue partners, including India. Notably, both ASEAN and India are proactively realizing the shared commitment through social-cultural cooperation, which includes the scholarship provision at the Nalanda University and the faculty exchanges under the ASEAN-India network of universities. The Entrepreneurship Development Centers and the Centers for the English Language Training have also been established in Cambodia, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, and Vietnam as part of the Initiative for ASEAN Integration, or IAI. On that note, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to the government of India for continuously advocating people-to-people connectivity and enhancing quality human resource development among our young people. To our youth delegates, I would like to impress upon you that through continuous engagement and a passion to make a difference, you have an opportunity, in fact, a golden opportunity here to create positive changes across the Asia Pacific and Indian Ocean regions. I hope that you will remember that event as a life-changing experience that offers you the chance to contribute to to bringing the governments and people of ASEAN and India closer together. I wish you all a successful event with fruitful discussions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address, thoughts on strengthening ASEAN-India relationship, and I'm sure this will guide us to have meaningful deliberations over the next 3 days. I now have the privilege of inviting our chief guest this evening, Sri Gangapuram Kishan Reddy ji, to deliver the inaugural address. Please, sir.
Very good evening, everybody. Namaskar to everyone. Respected Kao Kim HOURN, Secretary General of the Association of Southeastern Nations, ASEAN, Major General DHRUV, Director of India Foundation, Mr. Ramchandra Rao Garu, Senior Advocate and former Member of Legislative Assembly, guests from the 10 ASEAN countries, Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, all the countries. I welcome all the delegates for this ASEAN countries to the 4th ASEAN India Youth Summit. Firstly, I would like to thank the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and organizing team of India Foundation for inviting me, one of the important this event. Especially, I thanks to the Ram Madhavji for his efforts to organize this one of the prestigious conference in Hyderabad. Fortunately, I belongs to this city. I'm elected representative from this Hyderabad city. On behalf of me, I wholeheartedly welcome to all the foreign delegates and Indian delegates. India is proud to be dialogue partner of ASEAN countries. The year 2022 marked 30 years of this glorious partnership. Our relationship has evolved since India formulated the Look East policy in the 1990s. This initiative was further transformed into the Act East policy in 2014 due to the vision and dynamism of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Friends, ASEAN in India and India share common interests and the shared values in peace and security in the region, and an open, balanced and inclusive regional framework. The thrust of our relationship with ASEAN is a shared set of values and ideals. The shared values include our deep cultural and spiritual bonds that come from our Buddhist legacy, the common themes from Hindu epics and Ramayana and Mahabharata, shared root of the Sanskrit and Tamil languages, and symbiotic dependence on the monsoons. It also includes our commitment to peace, friendship, and cooperation to share expertise and capabilities. Friends, India ties with Southeast Asia date back more than 200 years. Each of ASEAN countries have special and unique bond with India. Brunei, located on the island of Borneo, is believed to have been called Karpura Dvipa due to availability and trade of camphor. The Archaeology Survey of India, Ministry of Culture, Government of India is playing a key role in conserving the UNESCO World Heritage Site Angkor Wat. Temple is a Cambodia acknowledges our age-old ties with the Khmer people. The national emblem of the Republic of Indonesia, Garuda Panchashila, is adorned with Garuda, the vehicle of Lord Vishnu, one among the trinity of gods in the Hindu pantheon. The Wafau temple complex in Laos, Survey of India, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Thousands of Tamil Hindus gather to celebrate the festival of Thaipusam in Malaysia on the grand scale of to worship Lord Murugan. Vipassana, one of the India's most ancient meditation techniques, was preserved in Myanmar by chain of devoted teachers over 2000 years. Manila, the capital of Philippines, is believed to have gotten into name of Nila of the Sanskrit words of brew due to the abundance of the indigo dye. Singapore, Malay name Singapura is a derived from Sanskrit and means lion city. The kingdom of Ayutthaya that forms current day Thailand derives its name from the city of Ayodhya in India, the birthplace of Lord Rama. Friends, the ancient Champa kingdom that is in a modern day Vietnam had cities of Indrapura, Simhapura, Amaravati, Vijaya, and Pandurang. Friends, these examples shows the depth of our bonds, the breadth of our shared history, and the heights of which our relationship can grow. Building on this, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi formulated the Act East policy. This is anchored around the 3 C's for the strengthening. Our engagement includes commerce, connectivity, culture. Our gateways to implementing vibrant Act East policy in through our Northeast region. Over the last 8.5 years, Government of India has allocated over the 50 billion 4 lakh crores in the Northeast region in ensuring improved physical connectivity through roadways, railways, airways, waterways. Friends, India's total trade with ASEAN was a 42 billion in the 21-22 financial year. This is approximately 10% of India's global trade. I see a tremendous scope for further improvement in this, and the Northeast region can help catalyze this. Friends, we strive for holistic connectivity with the ASEAN in all its dimensions: physical, cultural, economic, institutional, and people to people. Continues to be a strategic priority of India. In this regard, ASEAN-India Youth Summit is a step to facilitate some more further activity. Socio-cultural exchanges between the countries of this region to further strengthen the values to tolerance, pluralism, and diversity. This is an integral part of traditions of India and the countries of ASEAN. ASEAN-India Youth Summit can further explore cooperation in equipping the youth with skills and knowledge in emerging areas. These emerging areas could include digital technology and sustainability with a focus on economic relations, digital transformation, financial inclusion, climate change, lifestyle for environment. This in line with the recently approved India-ASEAN Digital Work Plan 2023. The work plan includes capacity building and knowledge sharing in emerging areas in the field of information and communication technologies, such as cyber security, application of Internet of Things, IoT, 5G technologies for Internet of Things, IoT in further trends, artificial intelligence in next generation smart cities and societies 5.0, leveraging digital health platforms and tools. Friends, this summit and confluences the youth leaders from India and the 10 ASEAN countries will lead to a shared understanding of the challenges we face. It is wonderful that promising young leaders from India and ASEAN will get opportunity to participate in various events in coming days. Over the course of the next 5 years, you will be mentored by thought leaders from the region. I have been informed that the participants will represent various categories from some of the finest institutions in their respective countries, including political parties, think tanks, educationists, science and technology experts, media and culture organizations. You all can come together for renewed thinking on key pillars of the India-ASEAN relationship. I am confident that this will further deepen institutional cooperation across the India-ASEAN region. I thank to all for inviting me in this India-ASEAN Youth Summit, especially Ramadhav Garu. I wish and I am confident that the next few days will be an experience of a lifetime for all the young delegates here. Once again, I congratulate the organizers for this beautiful, important event in Hyderabad city, in Telangana state. You can enjoy, you can participate enthusiastically in this conference, and you can see how India, Hyderabad, growing and developing. Once again, I open-heartedly, I welcome all the delegates, those who are coming from different countries and other states also. Friends, India now hosting G20 countries events, round about 256 events we are hosting in India, round about more than 50 cities and more than 1 lakh delegates. In this meantime, I thank the organizers. This is a 4th India ASEAN-India Youth Summit also going on. In every city, in everywhere, every flight, every activity, you can see foreign country delegates in Hyderabad city or Telangana, India, anywhere you can see. This is an example for the cooperation India between other countries, India between ASEAN countries, and I also thanks to the different countries, those who are concentrating India with the best relationship in coming days. Thank you once again. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring address and enlightening us on the deep-rooted cultural and historical linkages between India and the ASEAN nations. I'm confident our young leaders here will facilitate stronger bonds between India and ASEAN. I now request Major General Dhruv KATOCH and Sri Ramchandra Raoji to kindly felicitate our guest. May I invite Sri Ramchandra Rao Garu to deliver the vote of thanks.
President of this session, Major General Sri Dhruv KATOCH, today's chief guest, Mr. G. KISHAN Reddy, Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture and Department of Northeast, members of the media, delegates from various countries. I take this opportunity to thank one and all for having attended this session. I especially thank the minister. In spite of his busy schedule, he was able to attend this session and address us. I also like to thank the organizers for making this session a grand success, and my special thanks to Sri Ram Madhavji for having given this opportunity to me and our guests here to chair this session and also to propose the vote of thanks. I thank one and all once again, as this is not the end of the session program, we end this session here, and the rest of the session will continue as per the schedule given to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. This concludes the inaugural ceremony. May I request all of you to quickly move to the adjoining halls, as the minister will be joining us for the cultural evening and dinner. The adjoining lawns are adjoining the convention center. So once you move out, it's your first left and then left again, and you'll find huge lawns to your right.